it's not gonna happen. Like you're not gonna get better. You're not gonna get better until you want to, change yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
It starts with you. And a motivational speaker I've been hearing, he was like, your greatest enemy and your worst obstacle is the person staring back at you in the mirror.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, how you doing?
Heyo.
Heyo. We should probably get into the episode. So remember how to do the intro. We're not doing this whole pass the baton thing going on. We just go ahead and introduce everybody. Go ahead and do your edifying. You remember edification?
Yes.
All right, cool.
What do you want said about you?
Say what you
How
gonna say.
How you feel about me, baby?
Say what you say about her. That's your girlfriend, bro.
Right. Like,
make her seem like the most important person on the planet.
Boo boo. Period.
Hold on, first of all, I come first. Then
I smack the shit out you right there.
I gotta take care of my star player. It's me. Nah.
Start the intro. Start the intro.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Marcus Morton. Here with me is the Aaron Mack and the lovely, the beautiful Coco.
Hey.
How you guys doing? We are back. Everything?
Yeah.
Good?
So
cool.
We gonna talk about it. Oh, I fucked up.
Yeah. It disappeared. Where'd it go? Oh, all right. Today's episode, I kind of wanna address something that I've seen on Facebook and in my circle, in my friend circle.
Actually, before we get into that, I do want to start with a something that we need, that I wanted to do at as a beginning segment to each episode. The how we get here.
Fact.
What's up?
I kind of like, I can hear myself breathe. Like,
I can hear myself breathe too. I think it's, the mic is just
I mean,
damn good.
Yeah, I mean, there.
I didn't know if it was gonna be like, okay.
That's what happens when you try to sniff the microphone.
I'm trying not to as well. Like,
no, I'm just joking. But you good though, man.
all right.
So how we get here? Like that is the question. That's how I'm gonna start it off every episode. How did we get here? That is the question. Followed by a scenario. So the scenario is, y'all know I left for work early, and I went to Walmart.
Right.
And and like I ain't really too big on like following like racial trends and stuff like that. But so I just want to go ahead and put this out there. Like, it was a really weird situation where I was coming out of the store and it was like this older Caucasian lady that was in front of me. Mm-hmm. Now, as you guys can see, we got a new camera in the studio, so that joint had a security tag in the box. So, like I said, like I'm walking out the joint, the older white lady is in front of me. Mm-hmm. She goes through. She's standing in the little room where the I guess you can call it the Walmart foyer, where all the shopping carts are. Yep. So she's standing up in that joint already talking to two older black guys, and they checking her basket. I go through, and my junk go off. You know that ding ding when you stealing something from Walmart. I mean, I got the receipt, but I didn't steal it. But still, but my junk went off, and I'm holding out my receipt, and my man look at me like, "You good. So like, yo, how we get here?
Times have changed.
I was like, yo, are we getting them now? And I'm trying to be respectable about it, but it was insane. I stood there for a second, like, you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just set the joint off. Like,
nah, man,
you good?
Yeah.
I mean,
we know you. We got you.
I got away with the whole microwave, so.
I wouldn't be saying that on him too loud.
Incriminating yourself.
Yeah.
No, this is not my fault.
I mean, all right, yeah.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, because when I was working at Target back in the day, they when they trained you on the cashier, they say, get to know Bob.
Get to know Bob.
Get to know your friend Bob.
What?
Bottom of the bag or bottom of the basket? If you don't check for Bob, and if you ain't check for Bob at Target, and you got caught, like, even if you, like, no matter what the circumstances is, if you didn't check the bottom of the basket or the bottom of the bag, and somebody got caught stealing something or not paying for something, like, you automatically get fired.
Whoa!
But that's the thing. It wasn't even at the bottom. It was on top of the whole card.
Yeah.
I was like, you gonna get it?
Yeah, she just.
You gonna scan it?
Lady just blew off, just like.
Oh, she was just having one of them type of days.
Oh, yeah.
She was
I don't
just
think
like,
I've ever seen her there.
Yeah, she was probably letting people get off with murder that day. Like they were, like somebody probably came up that John that was like pointing at the cash register. She opened that John, just gave them everything. Like she was probably giving away everything that day. That's one of them the effort days.
Ooh.
Yeah, that last day of work feels like most people just like how they go all out to quit their job in the most extravagant way possible.
They plan it. They just they waiting for that one day. It's like, ooh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fuck this over person. I'm gonna just go out with guns a blazing.
Always like I was gonna like rent me a limousine and a tuxedo and just come to work with my middle finger up with a parrot on my shoulder. I don't know why I have a parrot on my shoulder for just no reason at all. Just have a parrot on my shoulder and a tuxedo. Pull up in a limousine and park that joint right in front of the door. Just walk in and just be like, "How y'all doing?" I just come stand up and everything. Just stand there like with my tux on, just middle of the warehouse. Parrot on my shoulder, just chilling. Just, I don't know. Like I try not to be in the state of mind where I'm just gonna blow everything up at my last day. The whole movie scene where you walk out, put the sunglasses on, the building just blow up behind you. Oh man, let's go ahead and get into this episode, man. I have no idea what we're talking about, but Marcus look like he's about to spearhead this joint, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut up and let him do that.
So what I wanted to get into was depression. Yeah,
we going there.
Yeah, we're gonna hit it on the head.
Okay, all right.
Not more so depression, but like so this one lady on Facebook that I follow. She was like, since the quarantine happened, a lot of people have been, stuck at home.
Right.
And for people with depression, this is a real tough time for them because they're at home 24/7, just
stuck in their thoughts. Yeah.
And she was just like, she made the post and she was like, all right, I don't want any sympathy, any, comments, any messages, saying you're all right. I've already heard all the, it'll get better with time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how could one help that? And like, I ain't want to be like rude, but I want to be like, it's not gonna happen. Like you're not gonna get better. You're not gonna get better until you want to, change yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
It starts with you. And a motivational speaker I've been hearing, he was like, your greatest enemy and your worst obstacle is the person staring back at you in the mirror. And I was like, yo,
bruh.
I was like, true,
bro. Like that's crazy that you went there, because I just listened to one of ET's podcasts where they said the same exact thing.
Yeah,
bruh, that's crazy. Yo, like for real, like there. All right. So what I'm going to say is and I'm not trying to minimalize what people are feeling. Like I got a semicolon tattooed on my wrist, so I obviously been there. But the thing is, it's like, you're not going to be able to change that situation until you reflect back on what's going on internally.
Right.
Like you got to, like most people are depressed because they're too busy worried about the external. I know my personal situation. I was too busy worried about external things. And that's why I was depressed, because everything external, everything around me wasn't looking right, but I wasn't really taking responsibility for what was inside of me. Right. And that's why I created the affirmation, so I can like look back at myself and stop looking at the world around me. Because no matter what the world around you is doing, you can't change the world around you. You can only change what you do and what you do to contribute into the world around you. So, I mean, that like as far as like depression goes, like, yeah, it's a tough thing, and you got people out here like committing suicide and stuff like that, right. And you know, it's a terrible thing, and especially like right now, the introverts or the extroverts, I should say, right now are probably dying because they got to sit in the house. They ain't got that social. They ain't got that social bug or anything. They can't be around people. Right. Ain't nobody picking up their phone right now. Like they ain't got nothing to talk about because ain't nobody been to work. So you know, all the people that you accustomed to talking to ain't nobody got nothing to talk about. So the social thing, you know, social distancing right now, like it has cut everything out. All that social stuff is gone, and it's crazy because humans are social creatures, and we thrive off of that. Everything that you do in your life, materials, none of that stuff mean nothing right now. The only thing that means something is the emotional response that your brain creates off of the interactions that you have with other human beings.
Right.
So for people who are stuck in the house, you know, they're going through it, man. And it's not just the extroverts that's going through it. Everybody's going through it, because even introverts, they like, yo, this is too much isolation. And
like, we're all the people.
Yeah, like we blessed though, for real, like to be in a situation where we get to go to work,
right?
And we still have that structure. Some people, they lost it all. And then there's like the worst of the worst, where people losing their jobs in the time like this. Right. You know, so it's real crazy how you brought that up, man. You coming for the spotlight for this episode, huh?
Nah. But so another thing that was mentioned on the radio, what was it, this morning? It was like in a time like this, like do you feel that, like, since, you know, jobs are being cut and stuff like that, do you think people should still be paying child support, or should child support be like, you know, halved, or like?
All right, so and obviously I have a little bit of experience with being a step parent, so you know I kind of saw that, how my ex went through the whole, well, not really, because her baby's father wasn't really, I never even met him in the entire 6 years that I was with her. But I feel like if this situation right now doesn't bring somebody closer to their child, like, I think child support would be the last thing that needs to happen in that situation. I think that just need to be a whole cutoff.
Okay.
Because it's like child support is like and check me if I'm wrong, but like child support it's like for people who co-parent. Correct?
Yeah, but it's supposed to be if the child's father is not financially supporting the child.
Well, I mean, I thought that's what the financial support was, because there are people who just like they're in their child's life, but they're not the legal guardian. So they pay child support for like the difference or something. I don't really know how that work.
I'm not sure how it works.
I just know dudes be getting hit for child support when they ain't supposed to be. And people don't be getting hit when they are. Like, it's just weird.
Thanks.
I don't know.
Apparently, my dad was on it and he didn't even know.
Huh?
Like, it was on his credit, but
Jesus.
I don't know, because we was trying to find a house. And then he got the call. He was like, "Yeah, you have child support." But that's crazy, because I've been with him my whole life. So
what?
I don't know.
That is.
My mother got some explaining to do.
Paperwork
that is insane.
Got misplaced somewhere.
That's some shady stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But I don't know.
But yeah, people abuse child support.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
People abuse the system in general.
Yeah.
In general.
You give them an inch, they take a mile.
But it's funny because back in Baltimore, I think you have to put your child's father on child support in order for you to get daycare vouchers.
I didn't even know if daycare vouchers were a thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's new. That's brand new to me. I just know it's people out here selling food stamps like it's like
hot cakes, like it's hot cake, like a hot plate, boy.
Like I just don't get that. Like you
50 cents to $1.
like it's weird. You selling food stamps for what now? Like somebody help me out here.
50 cents to $1.
But so like, are they making it? Well,
No,
apparently they're making a profit because they. Well,
So if the person want to use $40 of food stamps, they buy it for $20.
What?
50 cents to $1.
So why? I don't
know.
I don't think that
doesn't.
That's how they
doesn't
did
make
it back
sense.
in Baltimore. I don't know.
That doesn't make sense. I literally seen food stamps sell $1 for $1.
I don't know. That's how they did it back in Baltimore.
So
they're a
okay.
little slow, so I don't know.
All right. I kind of get it. It's like
Help me understand, my dude.
Dang.
You got the juice. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like almost like Bitcoin. Certain places don't take Bitcoin, but it's almost like, all right, you getting this coupons. We'll do coupons. Coupons are better. Instead of having like actual coupons saying, all right, I'll get this off, I just want the hard cash. Because with, I'm guessing, food stamps, you can only use it for food.
And then you can't buy hot food with it either.
Yeah, okay.
Can't buy what?
Hot food.
Hot food?
Like already prepared.
Oh, I was like, what? How the fuck am I eat them? But yeah, But yeah, they probably get that that hard cash. And
I guess that makes sense because you can't necessarily use food stamps in a Foot Locker.
Nah. Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or the weed man next door. You can't.
Well,
actually, no, you probably could get.
I mean, that's what my sister sell hers for.
Like, hey man, I got these food stamps. I ain't got that team, but I got these food stamps, man.
Remember what kind of podcast this is? What it needs to be.
I'm sorry.
What it needs to be.
Take it back.
You just don't.
All right.
We ain't coming for people. We
need to stop that.
You gotta lift people
because
up.
I was actually telling Courtney this earlier, but Lee's mom like stumbled across the podcast.
At the worst episode ever.
At the worst episode. I mean,
well, the first one is the worst. Well, not really.
Well, you was
no. Worse than context, not worse than quality.
Yeah.
So she stumbled across the what caught her eye was episode 24, I believe, Relatives in Our Family. The title of it caught her eye, and she didn't necessarily like that because she's like they're really family oriented, like really family oriented. But that's the thing. The message, if conveyed clearly, would have been a very good message. However, no.
We did.
I listened to that thing again. Boy, I wanted to delete it. That's how bad it was. We were both drunk.
What?
We were gossiping like the first 25 minutes. Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is not the brand, fam. This is not the brand. That's why I was 24? Like, Relatives and Not Family. Whatever episode.
Right.
Actually, I got you. Whatever episode that is. That's why I was like, yo, we cannot drink.
I'm disappointed.
On like it made me like I'm not even a hardcore drinker, and that was like, yo, I'm done drinking. I'm like, no more. Like I'm done. Oh, so it was episode 22. I apologize.
22.
Never say never.
No, seriously. Like I've never had something like made me want to quit drinking, and I don't even drink. That's the thing is like I know like yo, I've never like I haven't drank since since that episode. I haven't had a drink since, and I don't usually drink, but it's like every now and then I'm like,
I'll take this shit. Hold on.
I'm like every now and then.
Did he make you drink?
No.
Oh no.
No, I just was in the mood.
Influence people to drink.
I was in the mood, and I was feeling good that day, so I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get a drink tonight." Like, and but it just conflicted with work. So now that it conflict with work, I'm like, nah.
No.
And like, I'm at this point where I'm like, yo, I wish it was an extra hour in a day so I can do stuff like play video games or like be social. Like I wake up at 3, and I'm like, yo, if I wake up at 3, I get all my work done by 2-3 o'clock. Maybe I'm have enough time to watch TV. Just sit down and watch TV. I ain't had enough time to sit down and watch TV in 4 months.
Dang.
Before we started all this.
That's the whole goddamn 2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because there's no 2020 after this. Like, we just gonna slip right into 2021.
It's gonna
It's like
it's gonna be
2020
go by
is
like that.
closed.
it's just gonna be 20.
But remember 2020? No.
What that 4 months we had?
When was that? It's gonna be like leap year for real.
Right into 2021.
Man, oh man, it's been a crazy year though, man.
Yes, it has.
It's
But
been a crazy year. Like I got hemmed up for standing too close to a desk that nobody was sitting at.
yeah, they are cracking down
They a bit
really
extreme.
hard now with the.
I get a little
bit extreme.
offended though
Bit extreme,
when they
man.
tell us to separate. But I understand.
No, but like I
But-
don't. Y'all carpool together. First of all,
I'm sleeping in the same bed.
y'all sleep in this right. Y'all live together. So
I would add on to that, but gonna keep it PG.
The 6 feet.
But I'm like,
Still gotta
yo,
be 6 feet
like
away,
at this
yeah.
point, like I asked Bobby because him and Brittany got hit one time. They
Mm-hmm.
were talking. They were telling them to separate, and I'm like, isn't this like divide and conquer at this point? Because if one of y'all had it, then y'all just like went y'all separate ways and just giving it to
Basically.
everybody.
Basically. But it is just.
Why are we talking about this again?
Courtney did it. She brought it up.
I said no more episodes about this
Right.
damn
I
virus.
didn't bring it up.
And no more.
Somebody else, you brought it up.
How I bring it up?
'Cause
It don't
we
matter.
started talking about
You
2020.
you started talking about 2020.
But I mean, hey, look at the bright side. Everything should be opening back up in business as usual come
10th.
June, maybe. I mean,
Juneteenth.
Oh.
Juneteenth.
He went
Ching,
now.
chong, chong. Ching, chong,
But that's
chong.
crazy.
But-
Hold on.
All right,
That
spill
is
it.
crazy.
Oh, is that the day that it's supposed to come back?
Yeah, everything's supposed to open up June 10th. I seen a poster or something about it. That's fucking crazy.
You gonna spill the beans?
Because
Holy
that's the day
shit!
all the slaves was declared free.
Is it?
Was it? Or was it 17th? Damn. Close enough, but still.
I somebody gonna have to fact check that one. Producer, we got a producer here. No, our producer didn't
Damn.
show up.
Alyssa, why you not here?
Our producer didn't show up to work. our producer didn't show up to work today, so we on our own. You know. Ooh, I actually did have a few things that I wanted to touch on. And Marcus said he wanted to talk about depression. I guess that's over.
Oh, it's June
Yeah.
19th.
It's June 19th.
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be like Independence Day for slaves. Well, that's how Blackish kind of put it out there. You ever watch Blackish?
Yeah, that's a real good show.
Listen,
I like
he
it.
watched more than I did.
Yeah, we watched it like a whole lot.
Did you
of
watch the
times,
spinoff?
Like what?
I
Grownish.
heard it was
Grownish?
good.
Yes, bruh,
Mixed dish, I don't like it.
bruh. Light skinned bruh from Grownish. Wait, that's the one where Shorty Girl goes to college, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Light skinned dude dropping knowledge like every episode. Every time he get on the camera, dropping knowledge. He was like,
Little curly hair dude.
yeah. One episode he was like, yo,
That does Run DMC.
Yeah, Diggy Simmons.
Yeah.
for real?
Yeah, that's Reverend Son.
Legit. He was like, people need to start getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like when do we ever get to a point where comfortability was like supposed to be guaranteed? I was like, yo.
Yeah. Where did I put that note? I don't. I'm so unorganized, guys. You guys
It's
gonna have to
cool.
keep talking.
We all is.
I'll get to it
It's
in a
been a
second.
rough week.
For reals. Like, bruh, like schoolwork, I don't like writing. I don't like
Yeah,
writing
tell us about
classes.
the school thing. Like, what's going on with that?
It's
Because
hitting me hard.
Courtney said you was like spent.
He need to recover.
She said you was spent.
Cause like, all right, you know how writing your stories and like you get like a mean like writer's block. Like
I don't.
You don't get writer's block.
I don't.
Well,
gotta
lucky you.
You got to think though. My stories have already been like brainstormed and like
Mhm.
wrote down. Like I know what's going to happen in every one of them.
Oh well, dang. All right, cool. But like, all right, so
I'm an author, so
research papers. You do the research. Whatever you researched, you put it on paper. You cut it up, put it on paper, say what you got to say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I done said what I had to say.
Mm-hmm.
Did all the research that I thought was good enough, and then I come up short. I don't have the
It still ain't enough.
yeah.
So you talking about as short? You mean like word count?
Yeah.
What was your word count?
For this one right now, 2,000.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I did like 500 before you guys got here. But to the degree, I'm not trying to like shit on you or nothing.
But
But
I mean,
it's
you-
stuff that I'm passionate about.
right?
Yeah.
It's not
But
But
research.
when you're forced to put it out, it's like you just, all right, now I gotta do more research. Do more research. Do more research. Actually,
Could you like?
Huh?
So one thing that I probably screw up as a writer is probably why I couldn't be a journalist. I started writing my opinion about stuff.
I
Like
told him
And
elaborate
that's
on
another
your
thing.
opinion.
But she doesn't want the paper to be all based on your opinion. Like,
well, I mean,
have
you can
to
do
have-
like 800 words on just the topic alone, and just like talk about like how you feel about it, and you know what is the topic first of all? Could we talk about that?
Yeah. So how it would be best to hire a professional web designer over the like do it yourself, website builders and all that other stuff.
So professional versus non-professional, basically.
Or professional versus DIY?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
DIYer, like somebody like me versus somebody who
Been in
actually
the game.
went to school.
Future
for
me.
it. Actually went to school for it.
Future me.
I feel like I could come up with a few topics, like a few points on that. Like, are we talking about like a research paper? Like, okay, like research what like the different the pros and cons and stuff like that.
That's what I'm writing. I've done a couple sections of pros and cons, like how
You should like find people like I know talk about people who are successful with their stuff on both sides, and then talk about how they could also potentially fail on both ends too. Because I know there's a lot of like a few celebrities one that I can think of off the top of my head, iJustine. She's like one of the biggest YouTubers, and she made her website through Wix. Through Wix, so DIY stuff, no code, none of that. And she's not. I don't know if she's I don't know what she used to do for the civilian world, but she did. Yeah.
okay, yeah, this is a great idea because I didn't even think about that. I didn't think of getting like statements or information about
Yeah,
like
treat that joint like a book, fam.
people.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll work itself out.
But moving along. Did you still want to talk about the paper, or did you want to move?
I mean, do you want to still talk about the paper? Because we're literally talking about school.
I don't like school. No, I like school. It's just like certain aspects as writing. I can't get into it. I don't see the need for research papers. And then they'll say, "Oh, it's to help the student learn to see if they know how to learn and evaluate stuff." And I'm just like, but that's just one aspect of learning. There's all these other many ways that a student can learn. Just like the saying, how can you call a fish stupid for
Not being able to climb a tree.
yeah.
You judge a fish on its ability to learn by its ability to climb a tree. Yeah, that was it Einstein?
Don't give me
Yeah,
that.
because at work they have it at the learning desk, the little TV.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was actually a pretty good quote. That's just another way that formal education fails the student. Because it's like this cookie cutter way to learn for everybody, every single person, as if every single person has the same learning style. It's like people who learn visually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Like you sitting up there, they listening to a lecture, having to take notes from a lecture, and they learn visually.
Right.
Oh, and then the people who learn by hands-on, like me,
Oh yeah, I love
fail at school. Fail. Like, then it's funny because like back in elementary school, I learned the difference between a visual learner, a hands-on learner, and what is it? What's the other one? Is it only two?
visual, hands-on.
And it's the one about listening.
Audible learner.
I think so. That's
Auditory is what they called it in school. Yeah,
You learned this in elementary.
they taught it to us in elementary school. They gave us this little quiz thing, and it made us all take the quiz, and it was like a survey kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like if your score is this, then you know if you answered this for this question, then you're a visual learner. If you answered this for this question, you're a
Auditory and
so on so on.
Wow.
And even after that, they still had the lesson plan the exact same. So I'm like, what was the purpose of us doing that?
Yeah, that should be brought up somewhere. Like that. All right, that survey should be done like early on, and then as you go on through school, like there should be like a tab or a note saying, "Hey, this student learns this way. This student learns this way." And
I mean, if that was the case, though, it would be like very hard for teachers.
I mean, give them a pay raise, and
I mean, they should do that like you said in the beginning of the year. Then, plan their classes like who's gonna be in this class, who's gonna be in this class. What
That would be. Ooh, that's a very good idea.
like have the classes
Why
sectioned
isn't that
out.
a thing?
All right. Shit, we're gonna start that. We're gonna put that in the notebook.
We're gonna start our own school.
The idea. We're gonna start that idea. We're gonna push it forward.
Ascension Academy.
Why did that sound like a private
Right?
school?
Right? That could be something. Ascension Academy. I like that. And I pushed it this word.
I bet Alyssa would love that idea.
Hey man, it ain't
No,
nothing to
sir.
start an academy, I
No,
don't
sir.
think. He said no sir. No sir.
What is that
You
noise? What is that? Oh,
What is
there
it?
it is. There it is.
We
I
good?
just got the chills.
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't hear that?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was some distortion going on.
interesting. But yeah, school.
It does stuff.
I don't even want to talk about school because
I didn't do good in school. You guys know your GPA when you graduated high school?
I think mine was a 3 point something.
I want to say mine was a 3 something, but I don't even know.
I got AB honor roll throughout.
That wasn't me.
Yeah. So my mom was a teacher, so
Oh,
no,
Yeah.
no failing.
You ain't had.
No
you
failing.
ain't had,
I ain't had a choice.
No.
You ain't have the opportunity to even slack off.
Like, is this a C? I don't think so.
She wasn't that bad. I remember a lady from my church. She did get like upset because she got to see it. And I'm just like, but that's passing. That is passing.
That is a passing grade, my dude.
If that was my English class, I would have like thanked the Lord and did a praise dance for a C. English is I can't do it. I don't like it.
I remember when they came out with the No Child Left Behind thing, where 60 was passing.
Ooh.
Yeah, and my dad was like, "Hell
What was a failing grade then? Or was there no failing grades?
Just zeros. Not trying.
A 60 and below was below a 60, or a 60
Okay,
was
so,
failing or
yeah.
something like that.
Well,
it
I
was
mean,
like
What is that, a G?
it was a failing, but before then it was 70 was passing,
yeah.
70 always been
and that's
passing.
crazy because
70's a D.
all right, I failed the 6th grade.
Yeah, 70's
My
C in college.
GPA was 69 point something. They could have rounded it up. They did me petty, and that was before the No Child Left Behind. And then the next year they had that shit. I was like,
That's not always the case.
Just like
Fuck.
our job. They just don't want to round that one number up. They just
Oh,
won't.
with the production.
oh man.
Good thing that's not a thing anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all battle royale now.
I don't even think that is the case anymore. Like I haven't heard. Well,
It's
I
straight.
mean, I've.
Oh no, they're not doing it at all now.
Oh, really? Awesome.
And I don't know how that worked though, because I'm like, but it's funny though, because the rates are a lot like higher per department now than it's ever been,
Stop.
especially for pick.
Oh, I don't know.
That should say something.
Yeah, it says
That
a lot.
should say something.
It says a lot. I'm like, yo, let people have their phones.
Right.
Just cut out this social distancing BS and just let people flourish.
Cause that's pretty crazy. Cause I've caught myself a couple of times. Like I'll like be listening to something and just
In the zone.
and then I'll be like, whoa.
In the zone.
We're working too hard.
In
Back
the
it up.
zone.
Back it up,
Bro. The first day,
Mm-hmm.
they put me on the op.
He said they put me on the op.
600 picks in singles.
What?
In Kmart.
Come on.
In Kmart.
The entire day?
The entire day. 600 in Kmart. I was like,
Yeah.
and I looked at the rate. I was like, beep. Holy what? Yeah, it was insane. I'm like, yo, they should. I was like, yo, they should let us have our cell phones.
Yeah.
Like, this should be a permanent thing. Like, it's not hurting nobody. It's not
At all.
hurting nobody.
Not at all.
Y'all secrets are safe.
He said your
Nobody,
records are safe.
ain't nobody up in
Right.
there recording TikToks. We not.
I mean, we
Well.
don't know.
I did see one, but it wasn't us.
Okay.
It was a whole YouTube video. A whole YouTube. I
shit.
don't know how this dude did this.
I don't know. It was some new girls in the bathroom. I just walked in. They was just all up. I was like,
Nope.
all right, I'm gonna walk out.
Nope.
I don't want to be a part of it.
Like I want no part of your shenanigans.
Hey, did y'all catch me? Erase that.
No, whoop your ass in this bathroom right now.
Erase that.
Erase it.
Tragic.
Oh man. Do we really have nothing to talk about?
Let's talk about these challenges we're gonna do.
How many? What's the time on that?
40 minutes.
We can actually just cut this one off here and just like start up in the I should probably you know what, we just gonna go ahead and just end this one because I'm a little upset that I didn't hit record, or I actually did not hit record on that. I remember not hitting it. And we don't have a third camera angle, so apologize for that. This is why studios should have engineers working in them opposed to just the content creators, but it's all good. It's all good. It happens. Mistakes happen. It's funny though, like the first piece of action that my new camera sees, I forget to do one vital thing and hit the audio, because the audio usually goes in with that. So yeah, so now I had to dub that with this, and it's all jacked up. It's all good. It's all good.
Get better.
It's all good. It's all good. I
I
don't.
Oh, it disappeared.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
Metal.
all the way.
Oh, don't listen to me. I would have got it wrong. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are signing out.
We are signing out. Hey, look. So, very low key episode right here. Just go ahead. Be sure to visit our website at ascensiondynasty.com. Get on Facebook and leave a review on the Dirty Trunk Podcast page. Leave a review. Leave a review. Please.
Drop it.
Yeah.
Drop it.
Yeah.
nigga.
So with that being said, this is the DTP crew. We're going to wrap this up and we catch you guys on the next episode.
Peace.
Bye.